As the Information Minister, Fred said when he asked which chemical weapons were used, the Information Minister said, asked Mr. Erdogan, the Prime Minister, of course, of Turkey. Well, the Information Minister also said Syrian rebels are getting chemical weapons from an ally of the West. He told CNN, and I quote, "We are very sure that these weapons have come to Syria from Turkey. This is not a political accusation. This is based on facts," he said. And Jabhat al-Nusra has said that this is true. There are videos that make this clear, he said. Well, a very serious accusation. So we wanted to give Turkey a chance to respond. We're joined now on the line by Turkish Foreign Ministry spokesman Levent Gümrütçü. We thank you for joining us tonight. These weapons have come to Syria from Turkey. Jabhat al-Nusra has said that this is true. Your response?
No, thank you for having me in the first place. Of course, these are totally baseless accusations, which we firmly deny. In fact, coming from a member of the regime, which is obstructing the investigations of any of the claims about the use of the chemical weapons in Syria, in fact, these accusations should not even be taken seriously. Turkey doesn't possess any chemical weapons and has always been against both the use and possession of these agents. In fact, from the first moment we have started to hearing about reports of chemical use in Syria, we immediately asked for a full and quick investigation of those allegations in order to establish the facts. And we have done so in the United Nations, in the Organization for...
Okay, let me put this question to you then, sir. What sort of weapons are crossing the border from Turkey into Syria?
We're not providing any weapons to Syria.
No, but we know that weapons are crossing. I think it's clear weapons are crossing that border, whether you are supplying them or not. I'm asking you what sort of weapons are getting across the border?
As we are not supplying those weapons, we do not have any information whatsoever as to what sort of weapons are...
Okay, who is supplying weapons into Syria at the moment, just out of interest?
I cannot talk about those things, of course. I mean, as Turkey, I am telling you that, we're not providing any weapons. We are, of course, in constant touch with the opposition, the national coalition, and we are opening our borders for those Syrians fleeing from the regime's violence. I mean, at this moment, we have 192,000 people in the camps in Turkey, and the same number in various cities in Turkey.
Yeah.
So we are not really supporting any sort of militarization of the conflict in the...
And let's just remind our viewers...
The regime, unfortunately, is getting those weapons from some other sources. And this is, of course, the recent offensive that we see in certain parts of the country is a result of that kind of a militarization, unfortunately. And
apologies for interrupting you then. Let's just remind our viewers that there is a serious humanitarian crisis all around Syria's borders at present, in Turkey, of course, looking after and providing for tens of thousands of people in refugee camps, and that is understood. A question to you, sir, tonight. What is your position so far as Obama's red line narrative goes tonight? The Defence Minister has spoken on camera tonight. He said they are reassessing that red line. When asked the question whether they were reassessing the red line and whether to provide military boots on the ground, as it were, in Syria, he said, yes, they are. What's your position on that?
Of course, any use of chemical weapons is a red line, should be a red line for any country. So we are on the same line with the United States when we come to about that. But of course, we should first and foremost be 100% confident about the use of chemical weapons. There are now serious allegations, some serious indications that this is the case. But before being 100% sure about that, I don't think we should jump into conclusions as to what needs to be done. But it is, of course, the fact that it should be a game changer. It should be a red line, and I think that the U.S. is in the right position on this one. But first and foremost, we need to work with the UN, with the fact-finding mission, and we need to establish the facts on the ground. And unfortunately, the Syrian regime so far has obstructed the fact-finding mission of the United Nations to go into the country and to substantiate those claims. And unfortunately, such an approach suggests some sort of responsibility on the part of the regime. We are following these developments very seriously and very closely, of course.
And with that, we're going to leave it there. So we appreciate your time, late Turkish time, on this Thursday evening. We thank you for that. The spokesman for the Turkish Foreign Ministry.